guys, it's Maggie, your patient nurse friend, talking about difficult topics with just a little hint of humor. We're going to be doing that again today. If you're coming from my period without a colon or rectum video, welcome. This video is going to be one of your suggested solutions to my issue. If you're new to this channel and these series of videos, so the backstory, which some of you guys got my pun there, is that I have been living with Crohn's disease, an autoimmune disease that attacks my GI tract pretty much my whole life, since a very young age at least. And due to this, I have had to receive multiple surgeries, in which one basically had my colon and rectum removed completely and my anus sewn shut. We in the rectum list community affectionately call it the Barbie butt surgery because that's literally what it looks like. What a lot of people don't know is that the rectum gives a lot of support to the vagina and the uterus, so when you remove it, you can cause some problems. One of those being this pooling issue because the blood doesn't have its straight pathway down to exit. Something I learned from that video though is that a lot of people experience this pooling even without the surgery. So hopefully this video might be a help to you whether or not you still have your rectum. So on that video, which for whatever reason YouTube pushed, what a video to push. This is how people meet me, talking about my pooling period. Hey, whatever works. The two overwhelming comments that I got were, the first one being, try a menstrual cup or a disc. I mean, I probably got over 1,000 comments saying, have you tried a menstrual cup? The other comment being, talk with Mama Dr. Jones. Like, you should go talk to her. She'll be able to help. I want to let you guys know I did reach out to her on Instagram, but obviously I don't want to bug the crap out of her. But she did a recent video with Colleen Ballinger. I think that's how you say your name. Sorry if I'm not saying it correctly. But she did a video with her, and then if you go in the comment section, she has a pinned comment that is asking who she should talk with next. And I did notice that some of you guys went over there and put my name down. So if you want to put my name down, totally awesome. I think there are a lot of people suffering from this that, you know, we don't hear from. And I heard from a lot of you on that video that you're experiencing the same thing. I also got tons of other comments about other solutions like uterine slings, different insertable support devices, ablation, absorptive underwear, and even some people saying get a hysterectomy. For the people who are saying ablation and hysterectomy, I do want to try to have children, so that's why that isn't gonna be on the table for me to try. But the other options are definitely something I can look into. And as I mentioned in that video, I am looking into pelvic floor therapy because I think it would be really beneficial to me to try and strengthen some of these things I got going on here, because they all weakened with this surgery. They just did, because it was a tender surgery to have. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the menstrual cups and discs, and I want to just say before that I am by no means done trying products. These are just the two that were like some of the best rated online, and I bought them. If I could buy every product out there and try it, I totally would, but my bank account is limited. So the two things that I purchased were the Lena silicone menstrual cup, which I really liked because it was reusable. It came in different sizes, so I knew that if I bought the multiple size pack, I could try out different sizes if I wanted to. It came with a little carrying bag for each of them. And even though the price was higher up front for it, it was around $40 on Amazon for the dual pack, the two different sizes, it still would be more cost effective down the line because I would be reusing it. Then the second product I got was one of the menstrual discs, and it was from Soft Disc. These are disposable, so they are not reusable, but they offer a little bit more flexibility. So I'm going to start with the cup here because didn't go exactly how I was expecting or how I was hoping. So I bought it because I was thinking, you know, this is made out of silicone. It's going to be really flexible. I have these like cooking, baking molds that are made out of silicone, and they're really flexible. I was like, I'm gonna have no issue getting that in, especially with my wound that I still have where my anus was sewn shut. It's still a tender area when it's, you know, stretched or moved around. So I have to be careful with it. Reading through the instructions of it, I also really liked that it sealed to the cervix. So basically, from my understanding, the blood would be contained within that cup. The only problem is when I actually went to try it, I tried the smaller size first, thinking let's go small, especially with my wound, and I couldn't get it in. Sorry, I'm really immature. I couldn't get the darn thing in there. The instructions mention a few different ways to fold it to make it a little bit smaller to push in. I tried the different folds, and no matter which way I tried it, I could not get it to go in all the way. And I even got some lube on it and tried to slip it in that way. And what kept happening was I'd get it about halfway in, and basically far enough in where my fingers couldn't hold it folded anymore, and it would pop open and basically rip the opening of my vagina wide open, which hurt my proctocolectomy wound, and I was almost in tears. So unfortunately, that is where my story ends with the menstrual cup. I will not be able to do it, at least not that one. It just was not flexible enough for me. I really wanted that one to work because I was thinking, man, I'm gonna save some money using this, but it just not anytime soon, unfortunately. So then I moved on to the disc, which I've actually had experience in the past using a menstrual disc. When I must have been in college, must have been 19 or 20. When I was using a menstrual disc, I used it for a few months. I really liked it, but the problem I had was, like a cup, it spilled. It just spilled. My idea of using these cups and discs is that like they would come out nicely and you would be able to like pour them out because that's what they say to do. And never has that been my experience. It basically fills up to a certain point and then starts spilling. And then when I remove it, it spills everywhere. That was my experience in college, and that's why I did not continue using them. So I said, all right, let's get her together. We're gonna try her out again and hope for the best. So that one, fortunately, I was able to insert much more easily because they are a lot more flexible. You basically push it together so it's a nice thin line and stick that sucker on up there. I did use a little bit of lube on that one too, just to make it easier on myself. So I was fortunate enough to remember to kind of film my experience. So I'm gonna show you what happened.
All right, now Mags, where are you running off to?
I can feel it.
You have a good stride right now.
I hope it didn't spill.
Oh no.
This is a problem I had when I was younger.
Restrooms right ahead.
Me and my tilted boo-hoo.
Oh, at least there's plenty of restrooms here. Restroom. And this is where I bid adieu.
The cuppeth may have runneth over. Only a little bit. Hopefully I can make it home.
Still an hour drive.
Only an hour drive.
Hour 15.
We're at the Cherry Hill Mall in New Jersey, where I used to live. All right, I will report back. All right, we got home. I pulled out the disc. How'd it go, boys?
Buddy.
So pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't realize the thing was so large. That's impressive.
I really had to, I don't know how to say this, dig for it. And having short fingers didn't go well. Blood went everywhere. And, I think I horrified Tyler, so.
And I'm pretty gross myself.
Yeah, he's disgusting, so that's saying something. But I think in success terms, it did a good job. It just happened to spill. It filled and spilled by the end of the day. So I got maybe, what, 8 hours out of it?
Yeah.
So not bad. I went on to use it, and I actually plan on putting it in a little bit later today because Zach and I are going to be starting filming for Vlogmas. Shh, it's a secret. What I found was that compared to the menstrual cup, I could actually get the disc in. I had a lot of difficulty removing it. It's pretty gross removing it, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. So the second and third time that I wore it, I wound up putting on a glove to go dig it out. The other thing that I had trouble with is you have to bear down to help it come out. And that is something I haven't done in a year because I don't have the parts that require bearing down. So it was difficult for me. But I actually think that's a positive thing using this. I think it might help me strengthen that area because it forces me to bear down to remove it. The other thing, and maybe this is TMI, I have very small childlike hands. So reaching up there to get it, basically you stick your one finger up there and you have to hook the edge of the disc and pull it out, like bear down, pull it out. That's at least how I was able to get it out. My fingers are not long, so I really had to reach. When I did remove it, when I was able to remove it, it was blood-a-geddon. I don't know, what's another way I can describe this? It was rough looking. It was a little scary. Scared Zach. He was moral support in the bathroom and I was like not able to get it out the first night. But when I did get it out, blood poured everywhere. I don't know if I'm standing or sitting funny or what's going on there, but none of the blood stayed in the cup. It was pouring out around it as I pulled it out. So there's no way I'd be able to remove it in public. I'd be too afraid of getting blood everywhere all over myself because I did that. Also, when I went to insert a new one, blood would pour out because it's tilted in there, I guess, and this firm disc straightens things out and blood would pour out. And then I did have some spotting throughout the day, even with it in. It just doesn't seem to make a good seal, or it's not covering all the parts that it needs to. So I still had to wear a pad. So these are my experiences with the cup and the disc. But if you have one that you like a lot better, let me know. I would love to look into that as a potential solution. A lot of people recommended different pads and tampons, and I kind of explained this, and maybe not well enough in the video. When the blood pools in me, it seems to clot and get thick. And when it comes out, it doesn't absorb into a pad like the normal blood flow would. When I would get my period before this surgery, it was, pretty thin blood that would absorb quickly, and now it's like a clot that comes out all at once, and that it doesn't absorb into anything. So that's been my struggle, which is why the cup and the disc seemed like a really good idea. I think I'm going to continue using the disc though. I think it helps. All right, so tell me your thoughts on this. Let me know if you have any ideas or if you are experiencing the same thing. And thank you so much to all the people that started watching this channel because of that big period video. Again, the first time you meet me, I'm talking about my pooling period problems. Whatever, we're cool. We can chit chat about real stuff, right? And because I talked for so very long, I'm gonna share a little video clip after I shut the heck up. It was really funny. It's Zach's friend trying to explain a medical device and he totally screwed it up and I found it hilarious. So I had him tell me the story again of what he said on camera for you all to enjoy. So speaking of ladies' issues, I'm gonna put it in this video because I find this really funny, and Zach did too. So your friend who uses like an overnight breathing machine, what does he use?
He wears a pap smear machine over his face. That's what it's called.
What is that? A pap smear machine?
Yeah. It just,
Not even a pap smear machine, just a smear.
yes. Pap smear machine.
Not a BiPAP or a CPAP, nothing like that?
No.
Okay.
Pap smear machine.
Okay.
Over his face.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I think the men need to do a little more research on women's health because that's concerning. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.